Your amateur main event, bout number 8, is brought to you by Dream Machines, the leader of on or off-road fun, Missouri's #1 Polaris dealership. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jake Wilson. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Dylan Reischman. Oh, baby, let's go.
All right, our amateur main event is underway. 3 3-minute rounds here in the FAC cage. And a big punch kick combo to open it up for Dylan Reischman.
Big 1-2. The 2 was thrown out the shoulder to get Wilson to circle towards the kick. And it was very close to landing.
You know, that's something you're seeing, you know, a lot more with these higher level guys is just the placement of their feints. As we see a big flurry from both guys.
This is what impressed me so much about Reischman in his second outing and in his debut, and now today, when we're seeing him striking from both stances, being very fluent from both stances, excuse me, with his striking. And this is coming from a grappler.
Yeah, that right hand has found its home plenty of times with the jab over the top.
Big jab cross hook by Dylan Reischman. This is not his home stance, by the way. This is just what he's deciding to fight in right now as he switches back to the orthodox stance. Just showing him different looks, making him think. Anytime you're getting your opponent to think, they're not going off instincts. They're having to think about what stance you're in, what's your power side, and if you switch a second later, you got a guy just freezing the whole time. Ooh. Big kick punch.
And you know, the beautiful thing about that kick punch too, you set it up so much during the early portion of the fight, coming with the other kick on the other side, you know?
It's funny how the sport's still so young and evolving. That kick punch, I'm not just calling what I'm seeing. It's like an actual term that my gym uses. I'm not sure what the correct lingo for it is, but the first time I saw that was actually old school kickboxing in the 90s from Rick Rufus, Duke Rufus's brother. He was a southpaw. He would land nasty body kicks from the southpaw stance and then get a guy to start biting and then throw the kick and then a punch, as we see Dylan Reischman in on this double leg.
Good little sweep there to get into and finish it.
As we see Wilson try to fish for a guillotine, no prevail as Reischman defends the correct way, putting his arm over the shoulder. We see Wilson going for a butterfly sweep. He's gonna have a difficult time finishing something like that on someone as credentialed as Reischman.
Yeah, went for the little Kimura attempt there right away. Reischman sheds and is now immediately chest to chest. You know, with someone who's got such heavy grappling prowess like this.
We're seeing an Ezekiel choke attempt here.
Nogi Ezekiel uses that to get that bottom arm, though, just to get him to react and raise it so he can pin that far side wrist again and secure the mount position here. Super high-level grappling
Big
to force the
by
back.
Dylan Reischman. And he's nasty on the back here. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. It's a jaw crank right now, so it just depends on how tough Wilson is. Wow. He fights it, but now he's flattened out, and there's big ground and pound coming to the way of Jake Wilson.
Doing a good job using the punch to open up the choke again. Right back to it.
That might be it. There's a couple seconds left in the round, and that's it.
1 second left on the clock. Couldn't be shorter of time for Dylan Reischman. 3 wins by rear naked choke now in his amateur career. You know, once he got to the ground, you know, his grappling took over. It looked like he almost went on autopilot. But yeah, for a kid with this much grappling experience to put on a striking display like that, to set everything up, I don't even want to say the word ceiling because it doesn't even seem like there's one there right now.
Yeah, very impressive performance by Dylan Reischman. I feel like I say that every time out for him. Even in the loss, he showed a lot of heart and he just learned a lot. There's a lot of adversity he faced in that last fight. So to see him come back, put on the performance he did, and when you mentioned the word autopilot, that's what it seemed like. Here in the replay, we see him force Wilson to get flattened out. That's how he was able to avoid the jaw crank, slides it under his chin, gives him a way out, and he gets a tap here with the second left on the clock.
we're waiting for now is the official decision from our judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is ended at 2 minutes and 56 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, out of the red corner, Dylan Reischman.
Once again, very impressive win by Dylan Reischman. Just showing different facets of his game, his ever-growing striking game. It just keeps getting better and better, fluid from both stances, looking to set things up. And like we addressed in the heavyweight kickboxing fight we saw with Tuna and Bush, there was really no setups, there was really no feints, and we saw the different caliber of striking that can excel and proceed from that. And it is adding those feints, it's adding those setups.